When you are using your online Works system login and responding to P-Card program emails, remember to be aware of email scams aimed at bank card users. Some of the following tips can help you in your own online financial activity. Keep in mind, there is not a definitive way to know for certain that an email is a scam. Legitimate emails will never ask you to reveal your password via email or ask for your card number. Do not click any links in emails. Legitimate communication from the bank will usually have your name. It will identify your card with the last 4 digits of the card number. It will usually instruct you to complete some task through the Works program. Remember, the best way to protect yourself and your P-Card is to save the web address of the Works login page in your web browser's favorites, rather than clicking on a link in an email received, no matter the source of the email. If the bank suspects a cardholder of inappropriate or fraudulent use of the P-Card, what does the bank do? In the case of a suspected fraudulent or questionable transaction, the bank will call the cardholder. If you are denied, you can discuss it directly with the bank or notify the administrator who can investigate the issue in more detail. There are several measures of program compliance, one of which are the Merchant Category Codes, or MCCs. MCCs are assigned by a merchant's or vendor's merchant bank based on the type of goods or services that merchant or vendor typically provides. Allowing or blocking certain MCCs, while not a fail-safe protection against unauthorized use of the card, does provide a measure of protection against unauthorized or prohibited purchases. The City Cards Program Manager establishes the city-authorized MCC groups that will be available to cardholders. The Program Manager will consult with other procurement and card program personnel when establishing or modifying these groups. Cardholders can request activation of additional MCCs for inclusion in a city-authorized group and/or approval to create an MCC group to meet specific needs. Cardholders can request prior written approval for exceptions to this policy using the Special Approval Request Form. Another measure of program compliance is the internal control structure established by the City Cards Program Manager that ensures compliance with city purchasing policies, travel policies, and the Employee Handbook. Other methods of program compliance include cardholder spending or credit limits. Spending limits enable management to provide cardholders with the purchasing power to accomplish the needs of their job without exposing the city or the organization to unnecessary risk. Spending limits that are available may include a billing cycle or credit limit, a single transaction limit or STL, and a limit on number of transactions per day. The final method of program compliance is through card issuance requirements. Issuance is limited to one purchasing card per cardholder. A cardholder's supervisor and the finance director must approve a cardholder's application for a P-card. All training requirements, as described in the purchasing card policy, must be met before a cardholder receives the P-card. There are some legal issues involved when using the P-card. Cardholders and supervisors must continually comply with several ordinances, including the Dunwoody Code of Ordinances, sections related to governmental purchasing, applicable requirements of the purchasing policy, the city purchasing card policy, and internal policies and procedures governing procurement and the purchasing card program. Remember, city purchasing policy requires competitive bidding for all open market purchases anticipated to be $10,000 or more. Use of the P-card as a method of payment does not relieve the cardholder or the entity of these responsibilities. OCGA exempts purchases made by city entities from sales and use tax when payment is made with appropriated funds. Cardholders must present the Department of Revenue Sales and Use Tax Exemption Form ST5 to merchants upon request. This form is available on the Department of Revenue website. Cardholders are responsible for ensuring that merchants do not charge tax. The city clerk maintains the official records retention schedule for the city of Dunwoody. Documents related to transaction are accounting records and must be maintained according to the requirements of accounts payable files. Documents related to the issuance of cards to cardholders are accounting records and must be maintained according to the requirements of credit card administration records. The final issue of legal concern is Internal Revenue Service 1099 reporting. The IRS requires any organization, including governments, to report reportable transactions in excess of $600 per year using the Form 1099-MISC. The bank provides the City Cards Program Manager with access to the Visa Information Management System. This system reports purchases at the MCCs that the IRS has designated as reportable for purposes of issuing the Form 1099.